Yeah, let's talk about it. Let's talk about the big Jake Paul Ben Askren fight, or Ben Askew as Michael Buffer called him, if that's his name.
That is his name, I think. Yeah, that was
Ben Askew.
mate. That whole fight, like, I mean, number one, there was this weird thing. So I've gone home. I just got back from coming home. So yesterday, obviously, I'm like the token YouTuber of my town, the only one. I'm sat at
most
the pub.
famous man in New Milton.
I sat at the pub, and there's just all these people come up to me, right, going, "Who's gonna win?" As if because I'm a YouTuber, therefore I understand Jake Paul's boxing ability, and I'm the best person to ask. And I'm just there going, I don't know, man. But I said Jake Paul. I said I believed in Jake Paul. I think Jake Paul would win. I didn't stay up and watch it though, because only psychopaths would do that.
Oh, I nearly did and bottled it.
No, I stayed up for a little bit just because I was watching like the lead up to it because it was just like such an interesting atmosphere. Like they paid loads of money for like Snoop Dogg and like Diplo and just these people to be there, but they were like filming it in a warehouse. It was so strange.
They weren't filming it in a warehouse. It was in a fucking stadium.
It looked like a warehouse.
It's in a big, massive stadium.
The production quality was so. Also, I gotta say, Alex, did you stay up and watch it?
No.
James, did you see this ad? It was probably on at about like 1 a.m., 2 a.m.
Oh, I wasn't watching that early.
I think it was. I was pretty tired at this point, so I can't tell if this was a fever dream or not. But I don't think it was. Triller were advertising a new app of theirs. And they were describing it as the OnlyFans for street fights. So you upload your street fights. So you fight with people in the street, and you have an account behind a paywall for street fights. Surely that's not promoting good behaviour.
That's not legal,
just going
is it?
out punching people.
That's not legal to sell your assaults.
Probably not, no, but it sounds like good business.
Hang on, I'm going to look this up just to make sure this wasn't a fever dream. Hang on.
If you've made this up, maybe this is something you should be working on in your spare time. You could own this. You should.
I swear to God, there was an ad for this. I swear to God.
I just want to say, by the way, the reason why those people were there is not because they were paid or they wanted to be there. It was because they are investors in Triller. That is why.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, is Justin Bieber got a little cut as well?
Bieber's got it, Diplo, Pitbull. There was a list. Do you want me to find a list of people who invested in Triller? It's mental.
Because there's no way he's taking on a performance like that if he doesn't have a big old vested interest, right?
Yeah, no.
I find it very strange, like because I stayed up for it stupidly, and of course, like I didn't bet any money on it, thank God, but I thought Ben Askren had it, and I was looking forward to Ben Askren handing it to Jake, which obviously didn't happen. Yeah. And when he lost, and he like ran away smiling. And then it cuts back to Jake Paul, and he's about to have a post-match interview in the ring, and then it just goes like, "Now, Diplo!" And just like, wow. And I was just like, what the fuck did I just stay up for? And I paid for it. Like,
did you?
You paid for it? Fucking hell.
Yeah, I know he streamed it.
It was 15 quid or something. Like,
That's
wasn't
a flex, mate, paying for that. Yeah, do you want me to read out the people who were invested?
Yeah, go on.
So you got a bunch of these venture capital people I don't care about. Then you've got Snoop Dogg, The Weeknd, Marshmello, Lil Wayne, Pitbull, and others. Justin Bieber is included in that category, and everybody who you probably would have seen there.
Soulja Boy, say Soulja Boy.
I'm not going to say it if he's not on there. I don't know that. That's alleged. If Soulja Boy is invested, I don't think he has. He's too busy making knockoff consoles.
What is Triller? Is it like a TikTok clone?
Yes, but they have the rights to music, which TikTok does not have.
Oh, okay. Well,
that's what I was
TikTok
told.
has it anyway.
Yeah, but I
Wait,
think
what
they
the
have
fuck?
But
they had like Charlie D'Amelio and Dixie D'Amelio on the stage.
Yeah, and they brought Bryce Hall on that.
Have they bought them out?
Yeah.
No fucking way.
I'm not gonna lie, it kind of backfired because all it made me think of was, I should go watch TikTok more. Because they're like, I don't really care if it's a Triller event. But
yeah, does she make Trillers?
Probably.
What is that what you call it? Like a TikTok? Is it a Triller? You make a Triller?
A Triller. I am a. Is it like I am a Triller? If you are a person on
and
Triller,
if you do that full time, you're a Triller.
What's the Trilly, cuz? Wait, that's your first video of the day. What's the Trilly, cuz?
Yeah, but this app is not going to work. If this is the impression we've got off it from like a £150 million boxing fight, whatever they put on last night, then like, it's not going well for that.
I think one of the best things, when you have an idea for something and you say the name for it, everyone should immediately know what is that thing. If you say Triller, I have no idea how to define the word Triller.
Yeah.
I'm going like, I've watched boxing on it. Is it TikTok? That's as far as I get.
Yeah, but you can say that for Twitter and Instagram. Like, if you didn't know what a Twitter was, you wouldn't. The word Twitter wouldn't tell you.
Yeah, but the fact that I've engaged with Twitter for 10 minutes and I've gone, now I know what Twitter is. I've engaged with Triller for a lot longer and I still have absolutely no clue what I'm doing with it.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Not really.
Yeah, have any of you ever downloaded that app? I haven't done it.
No.
But maybe it's worth doing because I'm guessing there's a bag on there.
If it looks like something that would give me a virus. Like, it just looks dodgy.
You usually love them.
You know, like, when it was embarrassing to have a TikTok account, like, to then have to now open up a Triller would be like, that's a level again, but you have to sync to. And I don't think I'm willing to do that for at least a month and a half.
Although, if they are willing to buy me out, then I will happily go to Triller if the bag is there. Triller, if you're listening to this.
Last month, this happened exclusively on Triller.
Are TikTok actually losing people then to this app?
They lost a couple for a bit, yeah, and it was a lot of money as well.
Man.
I remember it being a lot of money.
TikTok, what are you doing?
What?
Fuck off, man.
What you do?
That's the Chinese version of the app.
Oh.
That's horrific, man.
Oh, it's better than his usual. It's better than his usual.
Triller has 65 million monthly users, apparently.
How many monthly users?
65 million.
What, Triller?
Yeah, apparently.
That's quite a few.
It is quite a lot. I mean, I don't know. I've only seen the app because I remember they've bought TikTokers before. But my favourite thing is the fact that they obviously hired Pete Davidson because I don't think he's an investor.
He was so funny. He was so good.
He was there on a paid job, and he was just there for the bag, and he was just there also to completely ruin the event for everybody else who had to be there, and it was so good. And
Did
the
you
best
see Jake Paul walking out? And he was just
Oh,
like,
yeah.
I wish I was this dumb so I could be this happy. Like, this is Jake Paul's big fight, and he's like his big entrance, massive 10-foot robot behind him, and the Don's just mocking him. Elite.
James, do you want to talk about the robot?
Oh, the robot man.
Oh.
There's this clip where
I can't laugh.
Jake Paul's security guard called Shadow unfortunately passed away over the last 10 days, I believe.
Yeah.
And Jake Paul is addressing that fact in the ring before the fight, I believe. And there is just his robot. We can roll the clip doing the fucking jive right behind him as like Jake Paul is addressing the death of one of his closest friends. This big fucking
Show me this. I haven't seen this.
15-foot robot's going like,
Oh, George,
It's so bad,
you'll fucking.
man.
This is a bit of you.
Someone link it in chat. I want to see this.
James can find it. But like, he's like got the microphone and he's like, yeah man, this goes out to Shadow. You know, I know you're watching. And in the background, there's just this big giant man dressed as a transformer, just doing the robot, and it's horrific.
I appreciate you, and I'm putting it all on the line tomorrow.
Oh,
This fight means everything to me. This one's for Shadow.
it's so
As
dystopian.
some of you guys know, my security guard.
Why is he dancing? Why is he dancing, man?
He's gonna be
that is the worst thing.
fighting with me.
In fairness to the robot, he was speaking pretty quiet. He had no idea what he was saying.
I know, it's just the timing of it. And like the fact that Jake Paul makes sure to have the robot, like, you can see the camera when you're holding it and you can see the robot's fucking dancing. Just turn away from the damn thing. You know what I mean? Just
How did they get
please.
the robot in the ring? Like, he's a huge fucker.
Yeah.
Did he like just step over?
They must have unhooked it to let Jake must have told him to unhook it to let the robot in. I mean, I've been
Maybe he's
confused
got
at
jets
what
on his feet and he like shoots up.
Oh yeah.
like a proper.
That's where
Like a
Pitbull's
jetpack.
money's gone.
Oh man, does anybody know why he's got that?
Oh, the reason he said it was because like, oh, NFL teams have mascots, why can't I?
I like it.
That's
I
fair.
like
That's
the big
yeah.
robot.
Yeah.
Pretty
That's
cool.
fair enough.
Can we have a mascot?
We could just get a tiny robot Dobby, kick him about,
Fuck him.
use him as a
Flashlight.
flashlight.
A Dobby with a
fuck's sake.
flashlight strapped to it.
Fuck's
That's
sake.
outrageous.
The fact we both said that.
Oh yeah, we're all on the same wavelength. Yeah, that TikTok clip is terrific. My favourite thing was just Pete Davidson going from camp to camp and just like pretending that he supported each and every one of them every time he went across.
Very good.
Although he
It was
clearly
my
has a
favourite bit.
disdain for Jake Paul, doesn't he?
What did you think about the knockout then? Because obviously you can't really rig a boxing match like
This is the question, isn't it?
it's tough. But it did just look like he was like, well, that hit'll do. I'll go down. I'll get out of here. Maybe catch match of the day.
I've read something saying that he would have gotten paid the same amount if he'd won or lost. So it's like, as soon as you take a hit and you're like, I can't be fucking bothered. You know what I mean?
I'm going to get clotted anyway. I might as well just go down now and get it over with. It did look like he sacked it off, because have you seen some of the clips? Like the beating he took from Robbie Lawler with 4-ounce gloves, and he was just like fine and then went on to win, whereas one slight clotting from Jake Paul.
How long ago was that?
Not even that, like 3 years ago. It was like
because he did say he's been retired for a year, didn't he?
Yeah, it was in UFC, and he joined that probably maybe 2017, 2018. Don't quote us on it. So not that long ago.
It's so strange because like it doesn't help that if you've watched any of the pre-boxing stuff, like with Logan Paul, he's literally like, I'm probably gonna lose.
Yeah.
What, on the Impulsive pod?
Yeah.
He's like, if he's any good, I'll lose, but sound?
He doesn't think he's very good, yeah.
No, it's just hard to tell because I don't believe he threw it because he seemed to, I don't know, he seemed relatively invested throughout the entire thing.
Yeah.
But you could also tell that he kept on repeating, I'm just going to coach kids after this anyway. He kept on saying that in every interview. So maybe he really just didn't care.
Bag just after a bag, yeah. But, there was no way he was winning that. Absolutely no chance.
Yeah, I agree, to be honest. I thought Jake Paul was going to win for a while. He wants it more. That's undeniable.
I'm quite looking forward to seeing who the fuck he fights next. Because that's like a real, there's a real legitimacy to him being bit of a bad lad now.
I think he's quite good. Jake Paul. I think he's a professional. I think is JJ going to fight him?
God no, I fucking hope not.
Fuck knows.
No, I reckon Jake could win. As much as I want JJ to win, I think Jake could win.
From what?
And that would send me into such a sadness as well. If JJ went out and then he lost, I'd fucking hate that.
Especially if it's in London, that'd be even worse.
He can't lose, boys. He can't lose. It's impossible. So it's sound. Can't lose.
Yeah, no, I believe, but we've got to do that thing where we all, for his documentary, we've all got to say he's going to lose, so then he can make a big documentary with all of us in it, where we all doubt him, and then he wins, like always.
Oh, could we put the URL of the podcast on the bottom just in case? Like, just writing in massive letters.
Just
across,
everywhere.
Put our Patreon on. Just put our
There's
Patreon
no way KSI is ever going to beat
Just
Jake
put our
Paul.
Patreon.
Just a big old red subscribe to the Eboys Patreon.
$5 and we'll change our mind. If JJ subscribes, then we'll do it. The thing is, as far as I can tell, though, from speaking to a few people around, because I ask occasionally when you see a Sidemen out in the wild, and they always say that JJ's up for it. So
I bet he is.
It's all about the bag, really, isn't it? Like if the money's there, they're gonna do it. So
no, that's Harry. That's Harry.
But it's true, isn't it? Like if they, how much was that fight then?
Ben Askren got 500k. I think Jake got 600k before pay-per-view. It was the biggest. It was the biggest fight purse of Ben Askren's career. It was double his biggest UFC fight.
Fucking hell! How much do you reckon Jake Paul is?
Fuck knows, bro. Fuck knows.
Yeah, because I reckon they'd do it anyway. Because it's great content.
Yeah,
So.
it has to happen. It's too far along to either to pull out now. He just. I'm assuming JJ would just have to get a couple of fights in before that.
All right. Well, he could take one of us.
Yeah, 3 E-boys, 3 of the E-boys, all.
Yeah, we'll all take him.
Vic Star and I'm Alex's shoulders.
Yes, I'd love that. That'd be fantastic. Anyway, I don't really know anything about boxing. I'm not going to be one of those people who pretends they do. So you might as well move on.
No.
What?
I feel like, though, because I don't think... Because now that Jake Paul's had, 3 fights not at... at professional level. Well, at professional level, quote unquote. Decided that it is professional, but probably not at a professional level. I feel like Tommy Fury, because he tweeted, I'm ready to give the people what they want.
Oh, Tommy Fury would take his fucking head clean off.
Yeah, I genuinely think that is the next level up. Like, Tommy Fury's not... He's only had a few professional fights from what I can remember.
The thing is, right, to be fair to Jake Paul, maybe Nate Robinson... all right, Nate Robinson aside, Tommy Fury has only fought stinkers. Like men who've had 40 professional fights and lost 39 of them. So you look at Tommy Fury as an actual boxer, but his actual fights have been against stinkers. So they're pretty much in the same place. I just think he's How tall is Tommy Fury? He looks massive.
About the same height as him, I think.
Really? He looks huge.
Yeah, I think
That'd be good
he's
to
like
see.
6. He's probably
Would be
about
good to
6
see.
foot.
Yeah, Tommy.
And it's kind of still within the social media realm. I feel like that's the obvious next move. Unless you go for like the Floyd Mayweather route, you know?
He's 6 foot, Tommy Fury, apparently.
It's funny, every time Jake Paul has a fight, Gib takes some like unnecessary slander. There was some news report on CBS, that called him something horrible today.
Wait, really?
They were just like obviously taking the piss out of his past opponents. A pre-diabetic gas station attendant, he was called on CBS.
What? What?
What?
Oh my god.
Hang on, let me link.
Hey, the disrespect that Gib gets from all of these, like, people are like, oh, he's fought an athlete before, and then just some randomer, like, it's always like, he fought Nate Robinson and who?
Is this from an actual news site, or is this like a comment on a TikTok?
You know, it's not as bad as the pre-diabetic gas station attendant that Jake Paul fought in his debut, but certainly this is not even anywhere close, not even remotely in the same universe.
What was the name?
As, but you know, active.
Mate,
in his prime.
that's
just mean.
outrageous.
Pre-diabetic gas station worker.
That's just mean.
Yeah, are you allowed to call somebody diabetic? Is that like... Is
Not
that you're allowed
pre-diabetic,
to do?
pre-diabetic. He's just giving him a friendly warning to, stay
Yeah,
off
to
the
cut
prize.
down and maybe think about his life choices.
Poor Gib.
That's horrific. America is messed up.
But TikTok versus YouTube fight.
Is he going to have that?
Hopefully we'll get him on that.